What's up, tubes? Little break in the golf cart action for you. Hope you guys have been enjoying that. This is going to be an update on the status of the Duramax. We're getting there. As you can see, we're still driving the truck. It's still together. It's still a 6.5. Still making all kinds of different noises and stuff. The hope is to start tearing this thing apart in the next couple weeks. Just waiting on a couple parts to show up, but I've been steadily ordering parts weekly for this thing, and we're down to the last couple items as far as that goes. Waiting on a clutch. I got to send my harness out to get built, and waiting on intercooler piping. So the plan is to put the engine together on the stand, and then once the engine is together, start taking this thing apart. And so that's really the plan at the moment. I've gotten some comments here and there sporadically asking if I'm still doing the Duramax, if where it's at and that sort of thing. And realistically, I can't see taking this truck apart until the engine is basically ready to go in. And there's a couple reasons for that. One is obviously it still runs and drives. Two, it's still somewhat useful as far as putting stuff in the bed, although that doesn't really ever happen. I enjoy driving it. That's one thing. Anyway, it's besides the point. So, point is, we're getting close. Originally, I had a goal to have this thing ready for Bloomsburg, which is like the second or third weekend in July, so that's now 6 or 7 weeks away. It hasn't been canceled yet. I'm positive it's going to be canceled, and even if it's not canceled, I probably still wouldn't go, just with what's going on. I'm not a crazy afraid person with this whole corona crap, but I do travel for work. I do see my family quite often, and I wouldn't want to be that guy that throws caution to the wind and starts that whole shit show. So at this point, the goal is just to have this thing done some point this summer. There's no real timeline on it. Kind of whenever it happens, but I got a ton of parts saved up for it. Transfer case is out right now getting redone, even though there's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things, like, let's do it now and not worry about it later. So there will be more videos coming in the series. It's my intention to actually spend the time to edit them nicely, as I did some of the other ones, and make a proper series out of it, because usually my projects are just kind of like whatever, and no one really gives a shit about them. And I kind of have this unique opportunity with the Duramax to have content that's interesting, that people might find interesting and want to watch. So I want to put the appropriate amount of effort into putting the videos together. So that's the status of the Duramax. I wanted to keep this video short. Like I said, it's gonna happen. I have thousands of dollars of parts sitting waiting to be installed, and at this point it's mostly just trying to wrap up a couple other projects, like the golf cart, obviously, the SS18 restoration, which that's a whole nother topic of discussion for another day. I didn't want to have those two simultaneously going and have the truck apart. I'd rather just have the truck and one small project going. So once the golf cart gets wrapped up, which it should be in the next week or so, then we can tear into the truck a bit more. So that's the status of the Duramax. To everyone who's asked about it, I appreciate you thinking about it, and I will try not to disappoint when it comes to uploading videos in a timely manner and keeping everything interesting and moving forward. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the continued support. I noticed we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is a pretty insignificant number as far as YouTube goes, but I've been doing this a long time, and I'm glad to see that people, even if a small amount of you, I'm glad to see that people are still watching this stuff. So thanks very much. Shout out to Kyle Talbot for being a boss.